Hi guys, United People's TV, I'm Ben, and on today's Transfer Daily, it kind of feels like the morning after the night before, because yesterday was a bit eventful, wasn't it? Basically, the Pedro deal that Man United had been supposedly working on for weeks and weeks and weeks fell through, we're not quite sure why. As I say, we were working on it for weeks, and in the space of a few hours, it went from United dropping their interest to Chelsea suddenly becoming frontrunners. And apparently he's completed medical in London yesterday, and he will sign for Chelsea today, which came as a massive shock to all of us, I think. But it wasn't as much as a shock as the follow-up news to that. Apparently United have made a bid for Sadio Mane, the Southampton Senegalese forward. And I mean, in the space of a few hours, our whole world kind of just collapsed. Pedro just went completely out the window. I don't know what happened there, because Ed Woodward apparently flew to Barcelona on Monday to conclude a deal. But then United were never interested in him, apparently, how does that work? But there you go. Apparently, we're not even bothered about Pedro. He's crap anyway. So we've gone for Sadio Mane instead. And I'd love to know your thoughts on this one, because I'd be lying if I said that I really knew what he was all about. I've only seen him complete 90 minutes a handful of times. But if Louis van Gaal reckons he fits better into his philosophy and his way of thinking than Pedro, who has won practically everything and has a wealth of experience at the highest level, then I guess we need to trust Van Gaal, do we? I don't know, but what do you think? Let me know. So basically, after that, it all went completely nuts. Everyone went bonkers on Twitter, and the attention very quickly turned to alternatives to Pedro, as well as Mane. I think it was always inevitable that agents and club officials were always going to capitalise on this confusion surrounding United, and I think you've seen this with two names that have been bandied about. And one of them is Antoine Griezmann. He plays for Atletico Madrid. And he's a world-class player. He's absolutely sensational. I really do rate this guy. But he's got a £56 million buyout clause. And are Atletico really going to let him go this late in the window when they wouldn't have much chance of replacing him? I don't think so. And the second name that was bandied about was Alexander Kokorin, just as a wild card there. Basically, he plays for Dynamo Moscow, and his agent, which is the key part, I think, here, his agent, came out and told TASS news agency in Russia that Manchester United are in talks with him, as well as Tottenham Hotspur. And like I touched on before, the key bit here is agent. I think, with the whole uncertainty surrounding United, agents are definitely going to capitalise on that. And I think that's just what's happened here. I mean, this Kokorin guy, where did that come from? That's just come out of nowhere. It's very convenient that it's been mentioned now after all the Pedro news came out. There's absolutely no chance that this guy's coming to United. So I wouldn't pay that one much attention, if any at all. And yeah, so basically, we're all in a bit of a state of limbo at the minute. If United weren't really in for Pedro, then who are they in for? You'd think if they're going to pass up on Pedro, he's an absolutely phenomenal player, then they'd have a world-class replacement lined up. Well, not a replacement, an alternative. Bayern Munich's Thomas Muller has been bandied about, as has Real Madrid's Gareth Bale. But are we really going to get them players? I touched on it earlier. This late in the window, it's very difficult to get those world-class players. But what do you think? Who do you think United should go for instead of Pedro? Should it be Griezmann? Should it be Alexander Kokorin? Let me know in the comments below. Leave a like on this video and subscribe to United People's TV. Thanks for watching.
Hello! Hey! Pay attention to the manager.